In this section, we're going to give an introduction to smart contracts. What are smart contracts? How do they work? How are they different from other software that's out there? So firstly, like a smart contract is really just a computer program. It's a program that runs on the blockchain. And in fact, some blockchains out there, like Hyperledger, which is part of the IBM project or Fabric, they refer to smart contracts as chain code. It's simply code that is on the blockchain. And the reason why they have the name contract is because just like in everyday life, we usually, when we refer to contracts, these are documents that are involved with the movement of assets, movement of money. There are certain rules in there. There are certain conditions, how or when money should be.
I heard like harmonics going off.
Yeah, it's a weird noise.
Okay. Yeah, can you go to the beginning of that?
Yeah.
Part? Yeah. Okay.
They're called smart contracts because just like in everyday life, we use the term or contract rather to refer to some document that has conditions or different rules in there, how money or some assets should move from one party to another. So the same thing on a blockchain platform, now we can have these rules that are written in computer code that also describe or also list the conditions that money or value get moved from one party to another. And they're called smart because now it's more automated. It's done in a computer program. So a lot of those conditions, or in fact, a lot of the execution of what needs to happen happens automatically. So instead of you being in a situation in a typical legal contract where there may be opportunity to block what is supposed to happen, maybe some legal hurdles, in a smart contract, you can be written in a way where it's guaranteed that the value will transfer from one account to another. And this is something that has never existed before. This is something completely new and revolutionary to blockchain technology. And of course, you could always write a program to automatically move money between accounts. So if you were at a bank, and in fact, some years ago, I worked at Morgan Stanley and I did just that. I wrote software that moved money between accounts. So if a client had too little collateral, their collateral was too low or their margin was too low in one account, then this program would automatically move money from an account that had more into the one that had less. So you could, of course, make an automated process like that has existed for many years. However, a program like that is still under the complete control of Morgan Stanley. It's in control of the bank, so they can always modify it, they can stop it at any point in time. So if, say, Morgan Stanley was in some agreement or some deal with some other bank, Bank B, and they would say, oh, at a certain date, we will move X amount of money into another account that's controlled by Bank B, that second bank, all they can go on is just their trust in Morgan Stanley. They just have to trust them that that's actually going to happen. There's no way Morgan Stanley can produce a program that shows that this is definitely going to happen at a certain date under certain conditions. But now with the blockchain, you can actually write those rules in this program that is running on this system that's out there in the network, and it will definitely execute. There is no way for any party or participant to stop the operation of that contract, because it is running on so many computers all around the world that even if you were to hinder or block or turn off some of these machines, it's still running on all the others. So since the majority is running it, that means it will in effect actually happen. So that's how you're having this idea of now a smart contract, that it's a contract that is now automated, and it's doing this in a way that is also resilient to any kind of corruption or going down at any point. So since, again, you have so much redundancy there, it's running on so many different machines around the world, so we have this guarantee that it's going to happen. Another great feature is that you have this transparency and auditability of the smart contract. So anyone can see the rules of the program, anyone can see what the program has done previously, what it's going to do in the future. And you have this complete audit trail of everything that's happened. So these are some of the properties of a smart contract. There are many others too. I'll just list one other one, is that it's universally accessible. So once something or one of these programs are on a public blockchain, anyone can access it, anyone can see. No, you don't need to create an account with any third party. You just create your account locally or your wallet locally, so there is no gatekeeper to the system. So we have this transparency, auditability, that it's a completely open platform for anyone to use and access. And now we also have the ability to move these tokens, or really anything of value that is digitized, and it's done in a way that is incorruptible or unstoppable. With all those properties, it really opens the door to a whole slew of different applications that can be built using those principles.